welcome back, guys. I know it's been a minute. For all you guys that are still sticking around after a couple months not posting, I appreciate it. But I figured today we'd take some time to talk about some more trap modification. The Ohio State Trappers Association's State Trapping Convention was last weekend. And I strongly suggest you guys, if you have not been to a trapping convention, whether you're a member of your organization, state organization, local organization, whatever, or not, go check that stuff out, man. I mean, you're going to find some stuff that you may never even seen before. I did. Really good time. Got to meet some really cool people, some big trapping names. But yeah, I figured we'd do some trap modification. It's the 18th of September. It's about that time. It's, people are starting to dye and wax traps, and if you got to do any kind of modifications, you got to do that stuff before you boil your traps. So what I did is, over the years, I've kind of went through different traps that I like to use, and for you, it all depends on your state law. Like here in Ohio, we're kind of limited to trap size for coyotes. The rule states it's no bigger jaw spread than 5 3/8, or 6. You can go up to 6 inches, but it has to be at least 3 swivel points and a gripping surface of 5/16. Well, that kind of limits you on a lot of your leg hold traps, foot hold traps, whatever you call them. It limits you because of the size. Well, my personal favorite trap has been the Duke number 3 for a long time, and I just like the trap. Well, I laminate the jaws and I run that trap. I run at least 3 swivel points on everything I run anyways, so I have to laminate those, and that's, well, the Duke 550s, good trap. I just picked up another dozen of those. You don't have to do anything to those, just like the MB 550s. They're ready to go. Boil them, wax them, put your anchor on them, and go put them in the dirt. But so what I want to do is I'll show you some measurements. I prefer the Bridger Dogless number 2. I love that. I love that trap. It's too big out of the box to run in Ohio, so you have to modify it, and we'll get into that. So let me get my camera set up here, and we'll get to modifying some of these traps. I have 5 more I got to do. I'm just going to do 6 traps tonight. I just did 1 to make sure my welder was all set up and everything, and that way I'm not screwing around with it on camera. But if you like to tinker around and stuff, I mean, this is it's kind of relaxing. Here it is, 9 o'clock. I've got everything done. Family's in the house, and I'm out here just tinkering around with stuff in the garage. So, it's getting to that time. So let's get into it. Let's see if I can get you set up here. Maybe. So what we're going to do first, I'm going to show you the regulation. Well, look up the regulation for your state. I mean, this is Ohio. Like I said, 5 3/8 is the inside jaw spread. I'll explain that. Let me get a trap up here. Freaking drywall mud. Bridger Dogless number 2. Out of the box, 2 coil. This is what you get. It's these things are built well. They're base plated. They're riveted, base plated. They're not the bolted like the MBs. So they're riveted, base plated. Got a center swivel. Comes with 2 swiveling points right there and 1 right there. So right there's your 3. I'm gonna put a J-hook on this and put it on my earth anchors anyway, so I'll have 4. So I'm well over what I need to do for the swiveling points. 2 coil, base plated, center swiveled. We're going to set this trap. Brand new trap. Okay, so we set the trap here. So let's just put it right here for you. I hate that that's too far away, but okay, you get the point. If you want to do this at home, you'll be able to understand here. So inside jaw spread, that's the same as the dog. We're at 5. Try not to set the trap off here. About 5.5, 5 9/16, roughly. Well over 5 3/8. You're full 1/8 inch, 3/16 over. This is an illegal trap to sit right now in the dirt in the state of Ohio. That sucks, to put it lightly. I hate that, but it is what it is. 5 3/8 or it has to be modified. So it states that the gripping surface has to be 5/16. This is your gripping surface, the inside of the jaw when the trap is set. You know, the inside of this jaw right here that is against the animal's leg, that is your gripping surface. If you'll notice the MB 550s, the 450s, the Duke 550s, they have a wider jaw anyways. You know, the rubber pads, they're wider for that reason. You know, they're well over. So the gripping surface is 3/16. So I bought these. Ordered them from F&T. They're pre-bent for Bridger. It's the lamination kit number 11. It says for number 2 Northwood square jaw and number 2 Bridger square jaw coil spring traps. That's what it says. So all you gotta do is you take this and you're going to put that right there. You see? These are offset jaws, so you don't want to cover that space. You do not want to cover the offset with this. You want to put it down to where it's even with the offset on the inside. And then this is a 3/16 rod. So to be legal, I have to be 5/16, right? Well, we have a 3/16 jaw width and a 3/16 rod. That's 3/8. You're within regulation then. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're doing this. So let me go ahead and fire up the welder and hope that this thing don't break my camera. I've never recorded this ever before with a welder, so we'll see. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. So safety first, wear a welding helmet. I always wear a glove on my left hand because it's closest to the heat because I'm right-handed. And I want to make sure that lamination stays where I put it. So I'm just going to hold it in place and put a... This is the hardest part, to be honest with you, getting it to stay. I don't have those fancy magnets. I'm not a welder by trade. I'm a truck driver. So, but this isn't hard to do. That's what I'm trying to say. Anybody can do this. Just takes a little bit of practice, and by the first, you can't mess it up because with they're steel traps. With the grinder, you can take it right back off. So, okay, I got it held in place. Put my ground on. It's kind of hard to not get the trap to lean with that ground on there, but okay, we're good. Turn my welder on. Here we go. Okay, there's one side. So we're going to do that. And then we're just going to flip it around. I don't know if I mentioned it to you. You never weld on the inside where the offset is. The side that's going to catch the animal, never weld on that because you don't want any jagged edges, nothing like that. That's where it could get inhumane. You don't want anything like that. Nice, smooth, tight gripping surface. So we're going to set up another one. And at this point, it's hot. So that's wonderful. Getting this damn, there we go. Not having it level, it's kind of difficult. Okay, get a little bit of tension on it. You can move it around, just pull it around with a little pair of pliers, nothing major. You want to make sure that offset stays straight though and flush. You do not want your laminations too far in. Too far out's not going to hurt you, but you want them as flush as possible. You don't want them too far in. Get them as perfect as you can. Alright, that looks really good. So, we're going to weld this side. Give it a once over. I'm going to spin it around and tack this one a little better. So, since I got that part, both laminations on, I'll take a pair of pliers. Because you don't want these laminations coming off when you make a catch. And I'll just squeeze them together. Try to see if I can get them to move. That one just moved. So, my weld job wasn't that great on that side, so I just got to fix it. No big deal. Just get it to fix here. Always double check. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shove those in there to keep that. Yeah. Okay. Now, super hot, so we got a bucket of water right here. All right. So, we got our welds made. Nice and strong now. Oh yeah. So see, here we are. Laminated Bridger number 2 Dogless. It's not that difficult, guys. It's really not. Like I said, I'm a truck driver by trade. I'm not a welder. Takes 5 minutes and you can figure this stuff out. It's not hard. So, I got my laminations on. The gripping surface is now 3/8. So, just to prove, there we are. We're going to take another measurement. Okay, same jaw thickness, that never changed. But now we are at 3/8 thick, which is a 1/16 over the legal thickness. So we are within regulation. 3 swiveling points. Laminated jaws. We're ready to put this thing in the ground. This is a brand new trap, so all I'm going to do is boil this, wax it, and go. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not... Let me change this. There we go. Tired of bending over and talking to y'all. I got this tripod to make my life easier, and it doesn't do a very good job of it. There we go. So now, laminated Bridger number 2. That's how I laminate them. I laminate my Duke number 3s and my Bridger number 2s. This is my favorite trap. This is a dog catching tank. This thing's a tank. So I got 4 more of these to do. I got another 12.5 of these and already laminated. I laminated them last year. I might have showed them to you in an earlier video. But, so, this video is getting long, so I'm not going to sit here and do all of these. But, like I said, here's a better look at the welds. They ain't got to be pretty, guys. It's just got to work. That's a better look at it. See how it's nice and... You know, it's not offset, it's not crooked. You want to make sure those offsets stay offset. So, everything's lined up. It's good. This is a legal trap to use now. Woohoo. Okay. Now, like I said before about the conventions, I met a guy who had, he is a welder by trade. That's what he does for a living. JDW Modifications out of Dalton, Ohio. I just bought a dozen bridgers off of him. Here's one of them. He laminates with flat stock. This is a fully modified bridger number 2. 4-coiled, base plated with super thick base plate steel, welded. Like I said before, the other ones are riveted. This one's all welded now. I don't do all of this. I think that those base plates on them bridges are just fine, me personally. But I seen these and I had to have a dozen of them. I don't know. It's but you can see, I mean, super professional. 4-coiled trap, super fast trap. This thing is a tank. Built better than any traps that you can make. Even now, you can order Dogless Bridger number 2 fully modified, I think from F&T. I think that's where I've seen them. It's either I've seen them on Hoosier Trapper or F&T, one of the two websites. You have to go look. But I bought these from JDW Modifications at the Ohio State Trappers Convention for under $200 a dozen. That's a good deal. I can't buy Bridger number 2s and modify these myself like this for that kind of money. So if you want to buy traps like this, look him up out of Dalton, Ohio, JDW Modifications. I tried to talk him into doing all my mods. He doesn't do any kind of custom work, because I would have dropped him off 3 dozen traps. I would have taken him to him the next day. But he don't. He will sell them to you like this. I personally don't think you can buy a better trap than this is right here. You can make the argument about the K9 Extremes and the Junior. But this Bridger, the way this is modified, the way he's done it, man, for the money. I mean, these are under $200 a dozen. I can't believe he keeps them in stock, honestly. So yeah, that's. I cannot wait to get a coyote to step on one of these. I almost want to put a trail cam on it, but I'm really against trail cameras where I'm trapping, because, well, we can get into that later. But yeah, check that out. So, but anyways, guys, yeah, like I said before, if you're still around the channel, you're still following, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I know a couple conventions are still going on. The one in Indiana was this weekend, I believe. I think Michigan was this last weekend. Yeah, definitely check them out. So give me a like and subscribe. Share the channel if you want. If you want to do any other kind of modifications, I like to do this stuff. I think it's fun. Yeah. Oh, and also, this is what I modify my Duke number 3s with, because they're not square and I don't have to try to use the bend on the vise. They're just round jaws. So 3/16 bar stock from Lowe's, really cheap. It's really cheap. I can buy 2 pieces of 3-foot and it'll do more than a dozen traps. So just an FYI, or flat stock. After looking at JDWs, I'll probably just go straight flat stock from now on. That's probably gonna happen. So, but anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, share the channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you, how you guys do your trap mods. You know, if there's another modification out there that you want to see, we'll do it. I'm cool with that. So, all right, guys, take care.